Howie Rivera, welcome to New Mexico in Focus.
Thanks so much for having me.
Let's start off by sharing a little bit about what your role is.
Sure. Well, thanks so much. It's great to speak with so many New Mexicans today. I serve in the White House Office of Intergovernmental Affairs as a senior advisor and director of tribal affairs. So, working closely with our tribal governments in the Office of Intergovernmental Affairs.
And a lot of people in New Mexico may be familiar with your father, who is served with the Pojoaque Pueblo for many years, including as governor, and many may know his art sculptures around New Mexico and even across the country. How did his leadership role in watching him, how did that impact your career path?
Well, certainly it was having my dad was a great role model to have growing up and get the exposure to the importance of our tribal governments in New Mexico and working closely with state, local, and federal partners on the issues that are facing tribal communities. And so getting to see that up close and to see the strides that our tribal communities have made over the years has played a great impact in my life, and the work that I'm able to do now is really informed by my previous experiences of having lived in the Pueblo Pojoaque, grown up, and living in northern New Mexico. So always appreciative and grateful for that background.
And as you know, there was much celebration across Indian country when Deb Haaland, our former Congresswoman here for New Mexico, became Secretary of the Interior, and now Brian Newland, another Native American, being nominated for Assistant Secretary for Indian Affairs. Why is representation of Native Americans important in the administration?
Well, I think it's incredibly important because people are policy, and having decision makers who come from the lived experiences and their backgrounds of coming from those communities and actually having a role in the policies that they're helping to shape is invaluable. And that's the leadership that the president values, and that's why he has selected Secretary Haaland to be a part of his cabinet, to become the first Native American cabinet member, because he values the perspectives of not only Native American peoples, but also bringing in someone like Secretary Haaland, who is incredibly experienced and incredibly qualified to lead the department and help to shape the administration's goals in the Department of Interior. So we're all incredibly proud of Secretary Haaland and of Brian, Assistant Secretary Newland, who was nominated, I believe, yesterday officially. So we're really looking forward to the way that our administration is shaping up, and really proud of what we've been able to accomplish over the 100 days coming up here in a few days.
And there are many, many issues important to tribes across the United States, from Alaska all the way across here, including in New Mexico. But COVID-19 continues and still is a priority for tribes. What is the administration doing right now to address recovery, funding, healthcare, anything dealing with even economic development and dealing with COVID-19 recovery for American Indians and Alaska Natives?
Absolutely. No, COVID-19, the pandemic, has disproportionately impacted tribal communities across the country, and really we've seen the devastating impact to not only vulnerable community members, but to many elders and people in our communities who bear our cultures and speak our languages. So, getting the pandemic under control in Indian country is the top priority, the top priority of the president's from day one. And, from day one, the president established the White House COVID response team, which takes a whole of government approach to addressing the pandemic, and ensuring that Indian country is a big part of that, especially in the American Rescue Plan, $31.2 billion going to Indian country, and part of that assistance going directly to COVID response. So last week we were pleased to announce $4 billion to fight the pandemic in Indian country, including funding tribal health systems, increasing vaccinations, and really making sure that we're providing the relief to our communities that have been hit hard.
And President Biden has committed to respecting tribal sovereignty and building relationships with tribes. Key members of the administration have already met with Native Americans. Secretary Haaland traveled to the Southwest and met with Pueblo leaders here in New Mexico. And the First Lady of the United States is currently on the Navajo Nation. The second gentleman has made various meetings, including with some Pueblo leaders here in New Mexico and other areas of the country. Talk a little bit about why that's happening.
Well, I think, from day one, the president has made clear that working with Indian country and giving Indian country a seat at the table is important to him, and he's made that clear to his entire cabinet and his entire administration. I feel fortunate to be able to be a part of that, and having trips like the First Lady's to Navajo Nation, where she's spending 2 days meeting with tribal leaders, visiting vaccination sites, tribal schools, and having the second gentleman's trips to the Yakima Nation in Washington, and also to visit the Kewah Pueblo, to visit their health center there, I think really helps to inform our leaders, our principals, about the needs of Indian country, and that they're carrying the message of the administration to Indian country, but also showing the commitment of the administration to meet Indian country where they are, and to really make sure that tribal leaders have the opportunity to interact and engage with our top leaders and the leaders in the administration to fulfill the nation-to-nation relationship.
Pauwi Rivera, thank you so much for joining us here on New Mexico in Focus.
Thank you so much for having me, Antonia.